Right back to David Montgomery. Look at that stutter step. Patient. And David Montgomery.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night. This your boy Nonsense Nap here. And today on Chicago Over Everything Sports, I will be bringing you the Week 3 matchup recap to the Chicago Bears versus the Washington Redskins. Now, if you missed that game, man, it was a doozy. I will say it was one of the better games played by the Bears in the first half have I seen in a long time. You feel me? Because the Bears was out there balling. That defense was nasty. I was feeling so glad, just like gorillas, I had happiness and sunshine in the bag. You feel me? But I will say this, in this review, in this recap, this is going to be straight highlights, not talking too much, but I will give this disclaimer early on. Nagy, run the ball, please. I need you to have a healthy balance and having good core run plays. Put Tariq in at fullback. Put Cordero Patterson in at fullback. Put Ryan Nall in at fullback. Put David Montgomery in at fullback, put Mike Davis in at fullback, and put another guy back there behind him. This way you can do a fullback dive, halfback dive. You can have power option plays. With another guy in front of him, you can run it with, you can hand it off to the fullback on a power play going to the outside. I mean, you can do very different variations with these running backs that you have secured on your roster. I need you to utilize these running backs. So this way he can create more of a balance on the offense for Mr. Trubisky so he can throw the damn ball deep. Okay? But all right, off my soapbox. Shouts out to Mr. Trubisky, though, and Taylor Gabriel. 3 touchdowns in the quarter. Look, I don't care if it was field position or not, as far as like how successful they was. Mitch did have a very nice drive getting down the field. I think on the second touchdown where Taylor Gabriel scored. But yeah, man, like, shouts out to him. 3 touchdowns in the quarter. Mitch threw over, I believe, 200 yards, 231 yards. He did get an interception late. Doesn't matter. He got to get his yards per attempt up just a little bit more. He's at 7.5 this game as opposed to 4 something last week, but he's doing better than that. But Taylor Gabriel, again, 6 receptions for 75 yards and 3 touchdowns. Left the game with a concussion. But, man, you know, with having that tandem there, it was definitely good to see. Allen Robinson still has 6 receptions for 60 yards. You saw a lot of him coming over the middle of the field, coming back to the ball as well, too. Allen's a really good receiver. He's very technical. You can see that. He pulls away from defenders, makes sure he catches the ball, looks it in with his hands. You know, so that's definitely good to see. I feel like that progression, that fluidity is picking up in the offense, and we're going to start to see the domination from the Chicago Bears. Definitely have to see it in this game against the Vikings coming up on Sunday. So I feel like everything is hitting where it needs to be going into this game. So hopefully we'll see the fruition there. But switching from offense to defense, defense did a hell of a job. Defense did a hell of a job. Nothing short of it. We got my man's Case Keenum with 4 sacks, 3 interceptions. Come on, man. How Clinton Dix was out there balling. Former Redskin, you know, out there just balling. Doing what he do best. Out there with Eddie Jackson filling out the field, seeing what the offense is giving them, looking down the quarterback and breaking on the balls. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like Chuck Pagano really wants from his safeties. These guys just kind of like they're eyeing the quarterback, seeing where he's going, and then just breaking on the ball because they're fast enough to do so. Either breaking up a play, getting a huge tackle, or intercepting the ball, getting a takeaway, and we go in the other direction. Now Kyle Fuller kind of did the same thing, and I feel like that's why he has them 5-6 yards deep down the field off the receivers, but he's keeping everything in front of them. So this way you're forcing them to make a play, forcing them to make tackles, which is cool. And if something gets behind them, this way it's not broken up before a bigger play. So I get it. But when that happens middle, late third and fourth quarter, you saw the Redskins start to pick up momentum and kind of carrying that with them along the way. And we don't really necessarily need that. The front seven was still adding pressure, but in those moments in time, I feel like Chuck Pagano still has to blitz a little bit more, put Buster Screen in on a couple of those blitzes from the corner, rush the quarterback a little bit more, in this case, Case Keenum, because he was having a horrible game, It still ended throwing over 300 yards, which is cool, but that's a lot of dink and dunk and getting up the field. So, excuse me, but let me know down in the comments. What do you guys think about the game? Who was the player of the game for you? I'm going to say offensive-wise, got to be Taylor Gabriel. Defensive-wise, the boy, you know what? I was going to give it to Khalil, but I got to give it to Ha-Ha. Ha-Ha got a touchdown. But let me know down in the comments who do you feel like the player of the game was and what was your favorite play out there. And then also, who do you feel like is going to be successful in this game going against Minnesota? What do you feel like the Bears have to do? Let's get a conversation going down in the comments. But like, comment, subscribe, share the video, please, because that helps grow the channel. And hit that notification bell, too. This way you can be alerted when I do drop videos. Again, I'm trying to be a little bit better at getting them out to you guys on time on a week-to-week basis. But yeah, man, you know, this your boy Nonsense Nap. Always remember you can't take a bad nap. Bear down. Peace.